And the games begin again. We're sitting in the NA branch room, waiting for them to start the first round. We're going to be up to about 90 people today, FRC, with the NA branch. That lowering probably down to 60 or 70 by the end of the evening. And this will be, I think, the second to last public NA branch before we potentially see it get locked behind a private wall. Still unsure how that's going to go, but I've got other things planned to start up, hopefully by next week, based off of all of that stuff. But regardless, how are you guys doing? We were here. We've got a lot of fun stuff for you planned today, and hopefully we can get to it ASAP. We're just waiting for the first round to begin. Thank God dinner showed up as DayZ was wrapping up. That would have been a pretty interesting combo had it not. Ah, well. You gotta work with what you can, of course. There's my freaking live notification. That's adorable. All right, so let's see how this goes for the next few hours. I'm hoping for some quicker rounds because the EU branch had two pretty long ones, and then the first round was a pretty good opening match in its own right. So we'll just see how things go. It's going to be a 50v40 with the attackers having that 10% advantage. Very limited vehicle support, only Blue 4 having two 113s, Green 4 having a single BTR 80. So we'll just have to see how it goes out. But RGA, thanks for dropping by. Same with you, Ninja Sniper and Gilbert. Welcome as we get this show on the road. Mission's called Iranian Involvement. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Movie references. I'm not looking forward to what Mountain put in his not his prediction, but his write-up breakdown, because I know for a fact it's going to be something stupid, because that's what's happened the past two times. So we will see how things go. Technically it's NA Don, but I appreciate it. It's fine. But literally about to put the prediction up there, but that is A-okay. So we've got a lot of pre-placed stuff down here. We have something labeled as an ammunition and fuel depot, though it gets kind of absorbed in the text. We've got a living quarters marked here, Sector 2, Sector 1. So two different aspects. Blue 4 attacking from the south. Only about a 1.5 kilometer walk with room for maneuvering. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Regular hydrate going. Sweet. And I'll be taking that in sips. But otherwise, pretty small AO for the most part. We'll just have to see how everything plays out. All right. Before the round starts, I want to say that I have a 75% win rate on command, and if you all don't bet on me, you're a loser. So I'm assuming you're commanding something here, so we'll see. I'll include that in the prediction breakdown, though, for you, sir. The good old solo talk there. Everyone hyping themselves up. Let's see how they do with all that, but regardless, here is the start of the round. Hitting my buttons here to hotkey things out. Oh, it is dark. We'll see if it goes to morning. Here's our mission breakdown. This mission, again, made by Mountain. Background, Turkic Iranian relations have soured over Turkey's deployment of a division of troops to Sur Abu in the support of the UAE in the war for dominance in the Persian Gulf. After a few bombing runs and an airborne assault, Iran seeks to reclaim the island, starting with the airfield. 2020's Persian Gulf. Notes, if you're going to be true dodgeballers, you've got to master the 5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. If you master the 5 Ds, no amount of balls on earth can hit you. Fucking dodgeball reference. Anyway, having fun no longer... Wait. Having fun is no longer a request, it is a requirement. Enjoy or be purged. Also, please don't touch the portable lights. Nice. Game mode here, only 2 sectors. As long as the defender's alive in the sector, it can't be taken until they're all eliminated, which happens. Otherwise, no NVG equipment. Oh, no, wait. Yes to NVG equipment. This is a night op. All right. 100 points for the defenders to put additional fortifications down in a 1,200-meter render distance. Medium anti-tank settings. Both sides have 2 AT and 1 HE round. Interesting. Looking over at Blue 4. Blue 4 are the modern Iranian arid leaf camouflage kits. I'm going to have to look at what their marksman rifle is. They get a mix of G3s, which are chambered in 7.62 by 5.1 NATO, and M4A1. So a mix of 5.56 or 7.62 by 51. Interesting. 1911s as a secondary. RPK and an MG3 for the machine guns. Oh my god. Defense with MG3s is the way to go, because if you can bipod that thing, you can just slaughter people with it, or CQC-wise. RPG-26 on the table here for the light anti-tank. Neither side has X-ray, so we can skip over the recon elements. Crew and aviation get a choice in an MP7 or an M4A1 PIP. Otherwise, nothing on crew-served weapons. Otherwise, they've got 8 transport doohickeys here. Yeah, it's a truck transport vehicle, but I think those are just meant to be for aesthetic. And then they have 2 M2, which are slightly up-armored M113s. All right, interesting. Otherwise, looking over at the roster, we got Pierce commanding. So Pierce commanded 2 times in the EU branch. He won 1, and he lost another, but the only reason he lost was because it came down to the CQC. It was literally, it turned into a 3v3 that turned into a 2v0. So Pierce has been on a roll tonight. Not gonna lie. So he's a pretty safe bet. But let's continue. Fred has his medic Mittens leading Alpha HQ. He's got Cake, Olaf, Bendel, Shy, Bacon, and Mutant. Looks like their marksman rifle is going to be a PSG-1 of some sort, which is another 7.62 by 5.1 NATO battle rifle there, because it doesn't look like a G3, and he might have given a scope to someone else. Otherwise, Alpha 2 being led by Grav. Also, they've got the F2000s for their GL weapons, which is quite interesting. That's also 5.56. But we got Shrike, Repzek, Jerry, and Vagrant under Alpha 2. Blam leading Bravo HQ. Looks like he merged elements under him. So he's got Dooley, Coleman, Eric, Barton, and Mountain. Coleman, Eric is on the multi if you do exclamation point multi. Otherwise, Mito, I think, is also on the multi, leading Charlie HQ. Charlie 1 has Steve with Colin, Harry, Stretch, Kabooey, Face, Ace, Fez, and Bishop under him. I'm going to keep my light on here. Puma leading Charlie 2 with Loki, Mike, Snatch Goblin, and Barnes. Delta HQ being led by Lurch, with Delta 1 being led by Morgan with Blaze, Drama, Marchetti, Nuclear Moose, Sam Henwich, and Jones. Hamilton leading Savan, Richard the Rat, Aussie Wookie, Emery, Fort Ledge, and Favela. That's it. Under Delta 2. And then Gamma, one of the vehicle crews, is going to be Pro Hunter and Solomons. And I lied. It looks like they are going to actually use these vehicles for transport. And then Alpha 1 just has G-Legs and Mutant together. Interesting. All right. They're the attacking faction. All right, so they've got the... that's why they have those transport Vics down there. Really interesting choice. I've never seen these used. I think these are a new 3CB vehicle as well. So 2 113s, night vision optics. We'll see what they do. But they're attacking with MG3s, which can be a bit of a pain because those weapons cannot be properly controlled unless you rest or bipod them. Otherwise, Depso is commanding for Green 4. I'll get into his unit breakdown in a second. Now, quickly about Depso, he did just come up here and say, hey, he has a 75% win rate, and he's fighting Pierce. Pierce is on the offense, so we might pick a weird plan. Anything goes, because Pierce has also been doing really well tonight, especially in the EU branch, so we'll see how it goes. Timac being his 2IC, Dreek leading Alpha HQ, Anderson leading Alpha 1 with Martin Ash, Patriot, Maz, and Banks under him, Bridges leading Alpha 2 with Cyrus Poe, Wicked Sand, Cosmonaut, Bronix, and Lance Corporal Sub under him. Azuki leading Bravo HQ, Bravo 1 being led by Rust with Wise, Hinovar, and Wayne under him. Nielsen leading Eagle Bates, Carlson, Drake, Hampton, and Sablon under him for Bravo 2. Charlie HQ being led by Schnuffles, with Charlie 1 being led by Iander. Interesting. With Whiplash, Sony, Dream, Legal Action, and Guy Fieri under him. So that's a mutated squad right there. Scanny, Recon, and Papega, and Dream. That's interesting. With Iander, of all people. That's a really interesting choice. Because he's tired of shit right now. He's very likely drunk. And I usually don't see him stay up this late, so that's kind of funny. Otherwise, Charlie 2 has Flux and Bayant together with an MG3. Interesting. Swagger leading Delta HQ with Delta 1 having Hachi, Lewis, and Dover with no leadership icon. Looking over at Green 4's grouping here, they're going to be rocking the modern Turkish Army desert camouflage here. Breaking everything down. You got platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman, assistant, grenadier IR, who have the Hunt IR rounds, which are 40mm grenades you fire in the air. They turn into a camera with a little parachute. Give you a nice bird's eye view. They have regular vision and night vision, and that night vision is going to come in handy tonight. Machine gunner, assistant, combat engineer, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank 1, an assistant, medium anti-tank 2, an assistant, recon infantry scout. Those guys do not matter because we don't have X-ray, so the sniper also doesn't matter. But you have a designated marksman, which appears to be a Scar H, a Scar Heavy, with 20-round magazines, 7.62 by 5.1 NATO. And they also get a magnified optic for it. Crew lead, crewmen, pilot, medics, and the base kit. Loadout-wise, you have the HK 33A2, which I think is a 5.56 weapon. And then you also have the 416 with the 10-inch barrel. Glock 17s as a secondary, a mini-me and an MG3 offered on the support weapon. I'm gonna be honest, that effing mini is definitely better than the RPK, but they also get the MG3 to utilize as well. You got an RPG-26 for the light anti-tank. These weapons don't matter because there's no X-ray, and then HMP. Excuse me, MPK5, which I doubt people are going to pick. Usually people go for the rifle instead. Otherwise, they got 1 BTR and 2 raised 50 cals for a defense. Interesting. So that wasn't in the roster information, but that is fine. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to night vision to look at their zones. Sector 2 is basically this other side of the airport here to the southeast, and then towards the west you have the other sector, which is this little corner right here. You have a lot of craters down, which is what is tied to that other thing. You also have some destroyed helicopters. Appears to be on my 24s. It doesn't really matter. So with night vision and these battle towers, you're going to see a lot of trying to lock down these large open fields with these forces here. But that's going to be tough because these battle towers are also going to be really, really big amounts of baits for enemy AT and HE rounds to come and try to hit them. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But usually once those towers fall, it gets really CQC-esque in here really quickly. But we'll just have to see how the defenders work this area out. Looks like the maze wasn't part of the AO. That's fun. The exact borders are right here. And I believe right here. Okay, not bad. Hydrant posture check. You got it. I need to sit upright anyway, and I also need to write down the NA section from my notes here, just in case I have any highlights I want to write down. It's still set to DayZ. That you're right, it is. Let me go ahead and switch that to Arma 3. My bad, sometimes it doesn't save. Like, I'll hit the save button, but it won't actually save. It'll just revert back and ignore that I just hit the enter button, and I don't always remember to double check. So I appreciate it. DayZ was already done. We did that at the end of the EU branch. And then I had dinner, so I cut it off a little short. All right. Patiently waiting here. I mean, Blue 4, they've got transport vehicles. They can attack from any section. I would recommend they bypass all these open areas and instead opt for flat terrain, which is going to be towards the west. So you're probably going to have Blue 4 do something like coming all the way around. And then arriving down here, maybe they'll put some Overwatch elements or stuff to snipe these battle towers with AT on the far ends of the hills. But otherwise, we'll have to see how things go. Iander disconnected. Yeah, I don't see him here anymore. He is still in the operations room, so he probably glitched out and he's coming back. You're not sorry about earlier? What did you do earlier, Perceptive? Or were you tied to, like, sound bites and shit? I don't care. Or were you the guy trying to randomly hunt me? Again, I don't care. As long as you had fun. 5 minutes remaining. I don't really see any other way Blue 4 can do this assault successfully because there's just so much open ground. There's really just nothing good in this AO that they can really attack from. I've also seen attacks come from all the way over here, and then they like try to cross this open area. But with these craters, they might actually get away with doing something like that. But it's going to be all about how they maneuver their forces around and how we see how things go. Right, O'Sullivan, welcome. Hope you enjoy it. See, call me crazy, but usually defending at night is a huge pain in the ass. Yeah, but there's just so much open area here for Blue 4 to contrast with as they move in. It's going to be almost impossible to stealth in. These battle towers are going to have to be taken out, but we'll see how things go. I'm kind of drawing a blank here for just any other way that can be done. I've seen this AO, I think, done once before, and I've also done a few of my own AOs in this type of sector in Boscata over, 6 years of doing this stuff. But you could potentially see a vehicle rush, but again, from the top of the hill, going from the high ground to the low ground, that's going to mean Green 4 is going to spot it almost immediately. I think Green 4 sending forces out is also a decent call because then they can just counterattack anything that comes up almost immediately, but it's a toughie. It's a toughie here. Oh, you let the rip the gotcha. All right. Again, as long as you had fun. I feel like Blue 4 will be smart enough to put their AT and HE on these battle towers, but I can't make it like a guarantee. You know what I mean? Of what I would expect. So there's Iander coming back. 3 minutes left. I think we're just going to have to see Blue 4 mount up in the Vix and move. Because if they try to do this on foot, I feel like it's going to get too messy. However, I see a lot of people not mounting in Vix right now. They're just kind of all out and about right here. If they're going to walk this on foot, that's a pretty big mistake. I don't think this objective is going to go to time, though, because they're so close together. But, I don't trust it. It's a small AO. I don't see this round lasting more than 30 minutes unless one side really dies down. Beyond that, it's a tough call. I mean, Depso, he does have a high win rate percentage as a commander. Pierce has been on a roll today. Blue 4 have some pretty good units on them, but, I mean, Green 4 does have a nice kill team under Charlie 1. I just don't see where they're going to do a counterattack, though. Like, the previous round for EU Round 3, that kill team was super beneficial in just knocking out attack waves here, but that's only if Blue 4 is going to attack from multiple different sectors, but all this is open ground, so it's really hard to imagine how that kill team is going to do some counterattacking for this specific round. This feels too linear to have the attackers screw it up, but at the same time, if they commit to a route that's just outright bad, I don't see how this is going to work out at all, admittedly. Oh god, Bloodwind's practicing duck game on her laptop. That's brilliant. We'll find some time to play this weekend for an hour or two until I rage quit. Oh, balls. Yeah, they're going to run it. I don't see the Mountain and Vix, so I don't get why they're not going to use Transport Vix, because this, to me, makes me think they're literally just going to run north. If they do any sort of maneuvering, I don't get why they wouldn't take the Vix. I'm sorry to hear that, Broadshore. Hope everything's okay. All right, there's the start. Yeah, they're going to do this on foot. I really don't get why. There's multiple transport Vics that can be utilized here. Even if it's in, like, the back of a taxi cab-esque sort of thing, but this is just going to add time to maneuvering. This is going to allow Green 4 to basically put units out and set up a more stagnated defense. Man. Now, don't get me wrong. Blue 4 still has the time in the round to make their maneuvers on foot. I just personally think it's a waste of everyone's time to do something like that. Simply because they can just... How do I put it? They can just drive there, you know? It's not like Green 4 has any vehicles to do any proper counterattacks other than a BTR-80. But the BTR-80 has a really, really shitty night vision capabilities. And also, it has really, really shitty driving. Now, if it was like UAZ Dishkas or something that could easily drive quick and penetrate into stuff and they're fighting dudes with NVGs, then yeah, I'd get it. I would get the caution, but here I honestly do not. Here, 1 second. I'm going to tab out real quick to verify something. All right, cool. I have no idea what they're shooting at. Oh, they're shooting out all the lights. Yep, they're going to make that as dark as they can. Cool. What happened to you, Zeusing? I still Zeus. I just haven't done it as often this week. Simply because of, well, I'll talk about it soon. Don't worry about it. It's coming back in force. I've just been busy. Omega just tuned in, but I've had a hell of a day. TLDR, the body wash has ultramines in it. Quite literally, I discovered amazing half-scale flyable reproduction by some dude in his garage. Keg. That put a smile on my face, man. Thank you. You're back with TMTM? Righto, bro. I'll see you Thursday then. So I did... The thing I moved my Thursdays for is being really slow to progress right now. So once it starts going up again, if ever, then I'll stop doing TMTM on Thursdays. So I haven't done it a lot recently for, again, certain reasons. Nothing against any community. Just working on a lot of IRL stuff. For the better. All right, so we got green 4 moving around this 4-man team. Blue 4, yeah, they're going to probably take this forested route, and then they're thinking because this is where the forest ends, this is probably where they're going to try to make their infill. They're going to get slaughtered. But, I mean, map-wise, that's the best route they can take. I really don't understand why they didn't just mount vehicles and do, like, an L push instead of just infantry, because the infantry is going to take forever. They're going to burn their stamina, and then their weapon sway is going to be a little atrocious as they assault. So, weird call to make. I can understand why they wouldn't want to do it because they're worried about noise giving away their position, but if you were cautious about it, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we have a little bit under, well, almost 95k points in the pool. Not a bad first start. So Bloodwayne, I'm looking at her with her new laptop, and she's slowly practicing on Duck Game, and she's just getting faster, and she's gaining the muscle memory back, and that's scaring me. All right, first contact's going to be right here, as both sides are going to just run right into each other, except Blue 4 noticed. I think they noticed. Yeah, they're getting their guns out. Stealth, 100. And then they all missed. Okay, thank God. Well, that wasn't clean, but it got the job done. So at the end of the day, does it matter that much? So you got some shots coming on to here. Oh, they actually picked a dude off. From that range, that's pretty impressive, but that's also the power of the MG3 itself. You're seeing some grenades getting chucked over here as they're trying to look for wherever the hell more green 4 is. So green 4, they're taking up concealed positions right here. They want to try to stay stealthy here. Got some more long-range fire coming in from these defensive positions. This is going to hold this Blue 4 group on the hill, though, which is, I think, what they want in the long run as their closer teams get in. So you're going to have this Ridge team with the 113 covering, and then the infantry are going to sweep around from the west to eastern sides. Bloodwing, people are saying good luck with school, honey. Huh? She says thank you. Are they shooting at ghosts here? Did they freak out and think Nuclear Moose was a hostile? Because I didn't... You still have the 3 guys down there. They're just gently trying to crawl away here. Yeah, if there wasn't NVGs, if this was day, I think they would have been spotted and engaged by now, which is some of the limitations of night versus day. Got to be a lot more cautious because it's really easy to do stealth here. But first 10 minutes are going to be dedicated to Blue 4 maneuvering as their forces on this ridge commit. But it looks like they're already pulling off, realizing that this is going to be getting things set. Is that high school? No, she's going for her MBA. So, good luck with her. I ain't doing that. Yes, the 113s are armed with 50 cals, which they'll use to suppress, but they don't have any magnified optics. So it's just going to be a long-range suppression here. And she needs to do it for her job, so, you know. Huh? She doesn't need to, but it helps greatly. Anyway. So we're going to have this force come around on the right flank. It's going to... It just shows me that the squads are kind of acting as different elements here. Maybe the ground commander, who is, I believe, Pierce, intends for these guys to go on the right flank and harass. But if they really want to assist with this force pushing in, they need to be in a position where they can properly suppress this... fortification line right here. So it's also starting to get brighter, so I might take it off of NVGs here, but I don't know. This is looking a little messy because Blue 4 is just going along the open areas here. Green 4 is going to be able to hold. So... It's just going to be one of those long-range spectacles at this point. Radio Omega, thanks for dropping by. Feel free to drop by anytime. I think after this, I'm just working on video editing and some op dev for Sunday. And then maybe Saturday, too, if I can fit it in. So we got a bit of stagnation here on the left flank. Some of these guys have just completely slowed down. You only have 6 guys pushing up. I think this is just going to be a long round based off of Blue 4 dragging their feet and trying to figure out where things are going, you know? So now that Blue 4 knows that this is a massive kill zone, what would be nice to see is if they do a large, how would I put it, repositioning of forces, but... Wow, one of these guys got picked up immediately. Yeah, the fire just coming in is immediate because of the tracer rounds.
Send in GOAT Team 6 now.
I guess Loki had to be a bit more.
He had to be a bit more low-key, but it bugged it out, and it ruined your joke, which I find even more funny. Don, thanks for the 34-month resub. Always a pleasure to have you on. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this little FNF thingy. Yeah, this is just going to be a lot of long-range harassment, but Green 4 seem to be the guys that are getting all the pickoffs here. We had Flux get picked off. He was on 2 kills, though. And McSwagger died up there. So I assume Flux had a marksman rifle to get those long-range shots. But if this just turns into a long-range war of attrition, I don't see Blue 4 winning, because it's just a long-range firefight here. The tracers add to the suppression factor? Exactly, if you see the bullets flying in like that. You made me sigh, so you win. Never float your boat, Don. Another hydrate. And I should be sitting up straight. So Iander got hit up here. You hear them firing the MG3 in burst, though. I think that's Bay. But in terms of map displacement here, I don't really... If Blue 4 just tries to slog this, I don't see this winning. Now the fires died down. I stand corrected. So I will say, if both round 1 and round 2 last for the full time, I usually don't cover round 3, because by then I'm tired and bored out of my mind. So we could still see Blue 4 close the gap, run around down here with Charlie, and then cross right here, utilizing some of these craters as cover to move in. But if Green 4 doesn't have anything properly suppressing them, I don't see a major change. Now, we're seeing AT start to hit these battle towers. That is important to knock out both of these battle towers to deny Green 4 the ability to do proper overwatch around here, force them to utilize the stuff over here instead. That can get Blue 4 an opening, but only if they take out one or both of these towers. Admittedly, if they want to run their forces up on the western flank, this tower takes priority. But it's all about seeing if we can get that in the first place. But you can see the skyline from all the way back here, admittedly. So you see a few of them getting out of the tower. They're doing some heals on themselves. You got the M2s. The M2s do have holographic sights on them, so it will help them range and adjust it, especially if they have skylines over here. Duck Game stream with sound bites? Oh, man. Maybe. I'll think about it. Don, we're going to play it in a few days, if not the weekend. I'm terrified for my life. She's practicing right now.
Let's give him a warm-up.
Oh, dear. Yeah, it is turning day 2, so it nullifies the night vision. You got the BTR back here now firing into Delta's position because they were spotted. I mean, those heavy caliber rounds, one hit will take you out. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't mean to sound mean to Pierce, but I really don't feel like there is a plan here. I see two sides coming on two separate areas here to try to close the distance to move in. I don't really see anything supporting each other. I think the best plan that could have been done here was move your Overwatch elements right here. Take out that battle tower, because by then you would have reconned the area and seen it. And then you would have had two squads come down here and then try to make a push through, but rely on the two 113s suppressing whatever's here and taking out that tower to really do anything, to get your foot in the door. Because here we're just seeing this semicircle starting to form. And because these guys are only down to like a full squad and maybe another squad somewhere in there, it looks like it's the manpower to have a second squad, but they're just gonna get their foot in the door, and I don't think they'll have enough steam, even if they take for first objective, to take the second. Because by then, this force is gonna push through, and they're not... How do I put it? They're not gonna be able to support that group as they attack there, so it's two separate attacks. These guys will repel it, and then they can just turn around and repel the other side. So yeah, Blue 4 had a 10-person number advantage here, but I think it's slowly getting negated. Iander died up there after getting picked off. Green Force to 3 skulls. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 skulls to Blue. Got more AT hitting this tower. Still hasn't shown a damage texture, which I think is because they've only been hitting it with HE rounds. That one hit over. That one went through. I don't think it's set to invincible because I don't see a black shadow on it, which doesn't indicate it's pre-placed, which means it's a map asset, which means you can destroy it. So I think they've just hit this with 2 HE rounds instead of AT, which actually do the most damage to buildings. There you go. Wow. That is what I'm talking about. They placed that perfectly. And just in Fuego 2 dudes, and now you got everyone running out of that tower because now it had a damage texture change. So that'll get them a little bit of an opening. Green 4 kicking out all their positions to set up on the baseline here. We're 18 minutes in, though. I could still see Blue 4 winning this, but it's going to be close to time because they've spent so much time doing maneuvering. But you see that Green 4 have prepped secondary positions like these to still engage. Just had some AT return. That was an HE round, but it was short, so no damage delivered there. But we need a good few rounds up on this tower, because I think they see all the infantry slowly crossing around, and they're engaging them where they can. Excuse me, hiccup. But yeah, now it's starting to get too bright for night vision at this point. So Delta, you see them, they've pulled back. They're considering continuing to move around, but, you know, I think those vehicles would have come in real handy here, because another thing you could have technically done was AT to tower, suppressed it with your 113, suppressed it with an overwatching squad, and just charged in with Vix. It would be messy, but that would also theoretically work. See, the trick about simple offense and defensive objectives like this is you want to screw the defender up because the defender is forced to at least hold more than one position. So if you can find the position that's the weakest or know that the defenders have the entire position guarded, you only want to attack part of it at once. So you can overwhelm and eliminate them, get your foot in the door, and then you can sweep with your remaining number advantage and almost always win. Here, Blue 4 is trying to take everything at once. They're not doing a thing where they feel for where the weak area is and then have other forces pull back to reinforce to hit the weak area. They're literally just coming in at so many different angles here, and it's costing them. Because you're seeing that some of these squads, they're popping smoke grenades early, which need to be saved for that final push. See, if the pincers were distractions, they wouldn't be this close. They'd be farther at that range, but I don't know what these guys are waiting on. I don't see any transport Vics ready, other than one transport Vic over here, which just has 5 dudes. So I don't know. We just have to wait it out, essentially. But, I mean, you can just see the sheer volume of fire. A lot of those are from MG3s, but you also have the tracers of a BTR firing. And those machine guns have assistance, so they have all the ammo to burn. But if we still see Blue Force stuck outside of the wire of the compound by the 20-minute mark, I think this could actually just win to time. So I was hoping we wouldn't have a really slow round here, but unfortunately that's what we're getting. And I'm going to be honest, it's because I don't think Blue 4 knows how to properly attack this AO. They keep looking for a way in, but there's just so much cover, there's so much openness that it's really hard for them. I'm going to be honest, reading this map, you can't really see that. The only hint that this is the best way to attack from is over here, because you have a few hundred meters of openness from there, but... Oh, you're just seeing Blue 4 getting slowly picked off. Here, there, and everywhere. And now that the sun is up, it's going to be easier for Green 4 to spot Blue 4 moving around as well, especially since they have a skyline they have to go over. That's going to immediately get people's attention. So I think this will be a good learning experience for Pierce here, because he just has his forces way too separated, and he's just engaging the full 360 of the defenders, and it's not doing much. I don't want to say it was a Pierce plan. I think he just genuinely thought he could separate into two attack groups and attack both sectors at the same time, not really realizing the read of the terrain. And hey, sometimes it gets you. Sometimes it genuinely gets you. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, the marksmen have been getting some pickoffs here and there, and you see that they're still continuing to get some. And now we have another lull again. This is rare to have this many lulls in a single area defense objective op. Usually there's always like constant action, but this is just to show that the attackers are genuinely stumped here. You got both 113s kind of moving around. You got the Moz fire. Oh my god. Beautiful shot. 2 knockouts detonated in front of the trenches here. I think they're going to wake back up in all honesty. But yeah, they're being picked up. There's a medic nearby. You see some marksman shots trying to shoot them. They both wake up. Whew. Well, think about it this way. The attackers had 50 people. The defenders had 40. Defenders have to divide between 2 objectives, so it's 20 and 20. Attackers with 50 divided between 2 objectives, so they went 25 and 25. But there's this massive open area here, and the defenders can sit tight with MG3s. So would you rather, as the offensive group, attack 25 and 25, well, attack 20 and 20 with 25 and 25, or attack 20 with 50? Gamer socks time. Cack. It's just a simple numbers game at that point. And it's just, we're at a 25-minute stalemate. We're actually starting to see some members of Papega considering pushing out and counterattacking. But this entire flank is pulled back, which shows to me they're either going to mount up in Vix and join all in on one push. I think they're going to try to come down to these buildings and use them as a base of fire, maybe use that little hill. Plus Green 4, they still have half their force on a different angle, so this will at least help them get their foot in the door, but not without taking heavy casualties. But good God. Still got the BTR just shooting at dudes from a little ways away. It's because of that skyline, and even the rounds are falling short. Some of the ricochets are just then arcing over. But here's the thing. I don't blame Pierce for this one. We do have Pierce plays, and he does sometimes come up with really dumb ideas, but this is probably one of the, I want to say, top 10 percentiles of objectives that I've seen that are very, very difficult. Still winnable, but this one was very, very difficult. I'd say the next toughest one was the desert map one that I think Good Time Saddam made, where the defenders, I mean, as long as they lock down the open areas, they could win. Now, that one was played twice, and one time the defenders won, one time the defenders lost, but this one, it really does help to have a knowledge of the AO beforehand, because otherwise you're making guesses, but even then you can discern, based off of the map, what information you need, and you just have to commit to something simple. I'm wondering if a Hunt IR round was just fired in the air from that GL, but I think it might have just been some random bullets. It's a very large kill zone. And based off of what Blue 4 did, they honestly thought they could just walk in and assault it. And that's the fallacy here. Check DMs. Oh, great. Here we go. I mean, it helps to pass the time. More AT coming in. It doesn't help that there's been a lot of AT misses, but it's because of this sincere range here that makes it tough. Blue 4 always thinks they can walk in. Yeah, right? Hey, Bo, how you doing? I wish I could impress you here, but this is definitely one of the slowest rounds of Arma 3 PvP I've seen in a while. Blue 4 just bit off more than they could chew. And now they're trying to regroup to make a push in, but they're only going to have 20 minutes to do it. Maybe, here's how overtime works, by the way. If they take one sector and they get forces in the other sector and the time runs out, it will go into overtime. But that's a very big risk. Yeah, more AT hitting this tower. Finally, this tower goes down to ensure that it won't be used against them. They already hit this with HE earlier, though. You can see the 3 bodies that went down. You hear more AT firing. Again, I think they're trying to snipe this tower right here. Seeing that they can utilize this Overwatch element. There's no one here. But I'm really curious to see how they're going to do this. I think they're going to do a massive smoke push like a bunch of chuckleheads. And as I say that... Oh, no. Okay, one bad frag. Please tell me you're not gonna do a massive fucking smoke charge down an open fucking hill. What in the Soviet battle doctrine? Oh no. It's a thunder run. Admittedly, this isn't going to be too bad because Green 4 only has a third of their forces here. They can then put their 50 cal M113s up to suppress Green 4's defensive positions, but you already see some of those MG3s firing. This is just World War II D-Day, but on land. And this is still round 1, yep. 113's charging ahead. Oh my god. I want to see Green 4 start turning their forces around. I want to see the BTR come back up here and assist. And you're just going to watch people start getting picked off left, right, and center here. I cannot believe Pierce just amassed everyone to do a massive smoke push like this. That's a very Pierce thing to do, admittedly.
I enjoy watching this as much as I do ordering drone strikes.
Well, Fives, I'm glad, buddy. Thanks for the 8-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. So these are just for camera angles, Bo. This isn't a Zeus interface, this is a spectator interface, so it just lets you toggle between first, third, and free person. And then I got a little interface with some buttons right here. I just watch these people kill each other. It's not a mod, it's, I think this specific interface is Ace's spectator mode, but there's also a vanilla game spectator mode, which is nearly identical, just different buttons and different sensitivities on the camera. So I do appreciate the 113 doing smoke, but that specific 113 only has the models that, wow, it just got sniped by AT. It only has the specific smoke countermeasures that are very, very short-lasting. Bo, you have to turn it on in the multiplayer menu for Eden, and then you have to put down specific spectator slots. Oh, I saw that coming too. Mile away. Gunner just got taken out. See, here's the thing. If they intended to rush the vehicles down, I'm surprised they still made everyone walk. You just had some satchels getting detonated outside. Wow. Satchel trap goes off and actually, I think, detracked the 113. Didn't destroy it, though. That was very close. And, of course, it's Pierce leading his own damn charge, and he's the first to actually make it on the ground here. He's throwing grenades over. That might kill Martin. Wow. That was a beautiful grenade throw. But yeah, Bo, this is One Life PvP hosted by FNF. If you want more information, you can do !FNF, which I forgot to put in the title. I'll fix that after the round. Everyone else is still over here holding this other side. And I'm going to be honest, I don't blame them. I wouldn't expect Depso to actually think Blue 4 would have the audacity to pull a smoke push like this. Yes, Neko is right. That's exactly where it is. This is a very, very Pierce level play for Blue 4 Command. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but that's okay. At the end of the day, he still technically did what he needed to do. Was this the right angle to do it on? Technically not, but an argument could be made that there were less defenders over here than the other side. I could also argue, but it is unlikely to know that Papega and the really good players were on that other side as well, but it was really just a numbers game. But 17 minutes in, and they're finally getting up to the wire. 15 minutes, they'll get in the wire. I just don't see this being done. Great AT shot taking out the one BTR-80. That is now out of the way. Hopefully Blue 4 can continue to get the rest of their forces in the door here. But you already got Papega members here that have moved around to this other side. And now, if we're lucky, we'll start seeing some HE rounds going into this massive smoke barrage here. More smoke's being thrown. And now you got the Blue 4 faction's MG3s firing to suppress. More grenades being thrown everywhere, but Green 4 running around is really saving them. He just had Dream try to run out there, but he immediately took fire. Might have been able to get some kills here, but look at all these bodies forming as grenades are being thrown over and even bouncing off the damn walls. Dream has a Moz prepped. I can't tell if he's trying to hit the vehicles or if he's noob tubing infantry as they come around. But yeah, this is literally just a grenade fight at this point. Because now Blue 4 needs to figure out how to actually get in the wire, as forces are constantly throwing grenades back and forth. This is just one messy hell of a gauntlet. Oh, man. Just the brutality with the spacing. Hey, Dream. You're going to be really quiet because the gunfire here is pretty intense, buddy. Oh, look at this grenade. The wounded guy goes down. Another grenade gets thrown over, and it's just knocking people out left, right, and center. Oh, my God. More going off. This is where Blue 4 dies.
Did I get any kills in the end?
I don't know, buddy. You got one.
Oh, I got one.
It's another one.
That might have been my 950-meter shot.
Just grenades are tearing infantry apart on Blue Force side. I'm seeing at least a 75% casualty rate at this point.
We were literally on the other side, like, they're gonna rush, aren't they? And then all of a sudden you just hear, yep, they're rushing. It did not go well for them, I see.
Nah, because they got stuck on the wire. Don't get me wrong, both sides are taking a lot of deaths to grenades here. This is literally just a grenade throwing fight, which I really don't know. This is fascinating, to be honest. Oh god, and Bayan's now trying to do something stupid, is he?
I thought Bay was dead.
Nope. Can't kill the best player in FNF here. Oh, he's literally oh, Bay, you just got it stuck on the dam. He just hurt himself with that one. He who has the most grenades.
Oh, too far.
It's decent positioning, but... Guy's getting blown away by Band's MG4, or excuse me, MG3 there. It is, in all honesty, a fucking meat grinder. You are absolutely right, Jimbo. How you doing? Another grenade going over. That one's gonna bounce far.
It kind of just seemed like from the start they were just fucked.
Okay. So we're seeing a massive maneuver around.
Jesus.
Blue 4 is literally starting to stretch around. They're hopping over a little wall here, but they're already taking GLs.
So,
As Poe and Cosmonaut try to plug this gap here.
Balance is the name. FNF is the game.
Again, I think if Blue 4 did this on the western side originally, they would have had a better chance, but... Oh, this grenade. It didn't get over the wire. If it did, that would have gotten 3 kills. Colin getting picked off. Hey, righto, Jimbo. I'm assuming 300 AI with 8 players. You just had a bunch of explosive satchels randomly detonate. I think that was Green 4 cooking off the other rounds. Oh, man, now you have Bayant coming around here. Oh, he's, I think, taking flanking fire. No, it's going over his head. He's going to go prone and kill these dudes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, great.
I think he ran out of ammo.
Hey, he pulled back. Yep. Yep.
Hey, this just goes to show you, no matter how good you are at this game, you will still make mistakes.
Yep.
But this time, he won't make a mistake, and he's going to kill everyone.
One more roll. Yep. Yep.
That fucking thing is a kick, though. So
That's why you have to bipod it. Shy pushing him.
No way. No way. How does he survive this long?
Bay's crippled. Ah, the GL gets him from grab. Wise now trying to avenge by killing Shy on the second story of the battle tower, but it's not enough. Meanwhile, Blue 4 trying to get in that breach are now being counter pushed here. Wise about to get blown out by a grenade by Shy. That was a great throw.
Someone just let off one of the best GLs I've ever seen.
Lamb challenges Carlson's MG3, and he gets torn apart because Cosmonaut's also flanking. This is just a Blue 4 meat grinder, but again, this was a very hard AO to attack. Oh, okay, I thought they were trying to medic the body, but they're just helping each other.
Puma tries to make a cheeky peek, but immediately gets caught and clapped.
Ah.
Wiki-san fighting more. Oh, Wiki-san getting 3 kills. 4.
This is just a
Wiki-san
fucking
just got these guys
slaughter.
into like a just end them.
It's hard to watch.
Oh, I did. No.
Yep.
Did he?
Yep. This is pretty freaking hard to watch.
This is actually quite brutal.
It is pretty much a horror show, I do agree.
This is actually this could be like a fucking recreation of an actual fight. Like,
It's a
you know
bloodbath.
how-
Don't get me wrong, like, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know how a bunch of news sites took Arma 3 footage and thought it was like,
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
honestly, at this point.
So, I will give this the merit here. Blue 4 has done a lot of damage to Green 4 in this push, but looking at Blue 4's roster, just all of those damn skulls. And now Blue 4's down to 3 guys on the outskirts on the southeastern side. Ah. So I think there's Drake is firing at Mutant's previous position. Mutant's trying to decide how to run up here. Mutant does have a marksman rifle and 4 kills, so that's not too bad. More grenades being thrown over. This one gonna be... No way! No way!
God, that second one bounces just over. Drake still might get up.
What have the grenade throws today in this round?
Fucking bodies
Yeah.
where Mutant is. Just
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Mutant's picking up an MG3.
Can't blame
For
him.
CQC, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Call of Duty lobby, yeah, at this rate. Holy crap.
I would say there's more Battlefield, just the amount of slaughter.
Here's the thing, though. Mutant's gonna poke his head around,
And then immediately get clapped by
and then I think
Guy
Guy Fieri, yeah, is just gonna immediately get the clap here. He's in
No,
a...
Patriot.
It's Patriot, yeah. Patriot gets the clap. Yeah.
It doesn't matter who, which, you know, he's...
Someone's gonna get the damn clap.
Damn. Oh, someone's gonna... Damn, Liru. I didn't know... You have the clap, Liru?
Shut up.
Hmm.
So we got Blue 4 down to 2 marksmen. Grav on 5 kills doing pew-pews. And nope, never mind. It's just down to Grav.
Oh, he's on 5 kills.
Yeah.
Everyone's got quite a high kill count, I've seen. I feel bad for the people who died, like, really early on. Who was the first person to die? Because I watched him die.
It was frickety frack. What's his name? McSwagger, I believe.
Yeah, I watched him get annihilated.
Yeah, up on the ridge. It was
Yeah.
still fucking nighttime. He ran right past the squad, and the squad just stared at him and then realized he was enemy. And then they opened up, all missed, and then one of them finally got a headshot. Or knocked him out, and then they double tapped him.
I don't think it was. I think it was
Yeah,
our guy.
they just-
Because-
They just called it 5 minutes
Yeah.
early after realizing there's no way in hell you can get this in 5
That's
minutes.
what I could do. That was brutal.
You know, part of me doesn't even want to cover another round. Like, that alone, that has sated my NA. Just the absolute brutality of that. Ah,
Oh, I got vagrant.
my God.
Jesus.
Good freaking God. I'll cover one more, and then I'm done. That was just I'm gonna be honest, guys. That was pretty messed up. Just the sheer amount of grenades. That was definitely one of the roughest ones, and I feel bad because that would just turn into an absolute grenade meat grinder. Here, I'm gonna crack a joke real quick. I can't help it. I mean, Pierce did a good job to rally them all to do that push, but by then, just they already burned through half of their time, and it was just absolutely nasty. Tomahawk only next. Good God. It's an uplink site. Green 4 attacking. Okay.
Right, I'm gonna hop down.
Have fun. 2 blue 4 terminal sites. Green 4 has a 10% numbers advantage. 3 Dishka Helixes, 3 MTLBs. While blue 4 has a PKM pickup. Two DSHKs. No, 3 DSHKs, an M2, and a UH-1H. You hear Bloodwing yelling in the background. 3 Dishkas, 1 M2 Hilux, and unarmed Huey. Which I guess could be just used for scouting, but Pierce poking me with an XD. And again, I don't blame Pierce, and that is a first for me. But that was genuinely a very tough AO to do. He made the right call. He did it in the wrong area, in my opinion. But either way, that just would have been a tough fight. Alrighty. Might not go. Bet on Datsun. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Datsun's not gonna make any difference. Ah, man. Man, that was a hydrate. Oh, Bloodwing sounds mad. Boo, you okay? Okay, well, if you need help getting off, you can just ask me. Okay. Hydrate or eat ass. I don't know the rhyme. It's hydrate or die straight. You freak. She keeps yelling. Shut up, Neko. Good God. then the rhyme can change. For the love of everything. Here, guys, I have an idea. 1 second. One second.
No!
As soon as you turned around, I covered it. Don't worry.
Totally.
Oh, that was so fucking.
Did you have the camera on?
Yeah, I was showing your screen.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was worth it.
You. I'm trying to get gold.
Oh, that was so freaking worth it. All right.
No!
I'm gonna flip a coin just because I'm. She's playing Duck Game because we're gonna play this weekend and she's practicing to kick my ass. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of just want to watch her play that because I find it interesting when she enters this rage mode. So I'm gonna flip a coin. Heads, I keep streaming. Tails, I'm gonna watch and laugh at her.
Hey, Tails, you can stream it, me playing it, if you want.
Do you want to stream on my account playing Duck Game?
Sure. And you can commentate.
I'm kind of done with streaming though. Kind of done for it for the night. Oh my god, it's gonna be a pincer. We just witnessed why pincers are bad. No, I'm not doing that again. I'm sorry, I can't. Not again. I'm done for the night. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to watch another 45-minute pincer.
You don't want to watch me stream Duck Game?
We're gonna stream Duck Game tomorrow, boo.
What do you mean tomorrow?
Or Sunday. One of the two. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. I'm just the first round burnt me out. I'm sorry. Otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one. Go operate operationally.